So I just got done watching Avatar, and a lot of my friends, well, primarily on Snapchat, but a lot of them said it was good. It was a sad movie and all that. So, I go to watch it myself. I honestly had no interest in watching it because I didn't really like the first movie. I didn't see the whole movie, but every time I tried to watch a scene of it, it pissed me off. So, cause and effect. I didn't really have any intention of watching the movie, but I was talked into it, so I went to go see it. And, at first, you know, it's diving into their culture and all that. Like, okay, we're good. And then, like, the midpoint of the movie was when it started slugging. Like, it was so hard to watch. I, I'm going to say everything first. I believe this movie was mid. I'm sorry. But back to what I was saying, the first part I was okay with, but going on along to the part where, they got to a war tribe and all that nonsense, and then his son meets that Tolkien, that well, wherever you name it, um, that's where the movie kind of just lost all my interest because like it was it was just solely focusing on his son and the Tolkien that I'm just saying well because I may be saying it wrong. It was just solely focusing on his son and that whale, and it was doing it so much that I was like, bro, what the hell am I watching? Like at that point, it just got so boring, and you know, it was flashing back and forth between them and Quadrich, who was chasing after them, and my thing is like this movie could easily been like 2 hours, maybe even 1 hour. Like it could have been chopped down more. It's so many useless scenes in this goddamn movie. Like it didn't even have being here. And like I'm just sitting here in the seat like, bro, like holy shit, this movie is so long. Like, see, another movie that's 3 hours long, for example, is Batman. The Batman that came out earlier this year with fucking overrated Bassin. Those 3 hours flew by quick. And I I honestly enjoyed it start to finish. Those 3 hours flew by. But with this movie, those 3 hours felt like the longest 3 hours of my life. I'm sorry. Like, dude, it just wasn't there for me. Like, it was it was him in that well, man. Those are the parts that killed it for me. Cause I'm like, well, it's not even just that. It wasn't until they got to the War Tribe, until after they settled down there, you started like it was so you already knew how it was going to go down. Obviously, they was going to get in a scuffle. They were going to become friends eventually. Like it was like, dude, I seen this already. It was nothing new. I say before they see my main problem is when they get to the War Tribe, but before that, everything was good. And I was hoping that it would build up off of that first part, but it doesn't. And you also have the villains. The villains, like, they were so trash, bro. Like, okay, Spire, for example. Let's talk about this character right quick. Dude, like, what was the point of him being in the movie? Like, the Navi does not care about him. I'll get to that in a second. Like, dude, nobody wants to fuck with you except for your dad. But let me get back to the subject. So you have a whole prisoner on your goddamn ship and you don't put him in bondage, bro? He's just freely running around and you don't lock him up or anything. And like that's what I'm talking about, bro. The way he was just freely running around and all that, I already knew that he was going to do something in that ship to stop them from killing the Navi. I mean, the fucking avatars. And I see a lot of things in this movie you can see coming a mile away. And that's what made it so boring because what you see coming is what happens. And I was talking about the characters. Let me talk about the characters that I actually did like. I liked it Jake Sully, and a character I liked the most was his son, his oldest son. Like, he had great traits, but why the hell did I see his younger brother more than I see him? Like, dude, I do not. His younger brother, like, dude, he was so unlikable. He's that kind. All right, so in No Way Home, a character's stupidity was the only way that the plot would advance. That's what you get with the younger brother. I can't remember his name because I never really cared, but every time you see him, he just pisses you off. Like, that climactic battle they had was all because of him. Like, a lot of things happened because of him. He was a troublemaker of the movie. He had to make the plot advance. He was that kind of character. And I'm just saying, like, why is this movie? I argue that he was pretty much the main character in the movie. That's how much you see him. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. I do not care about this character. Focus on the older brother. He was so much more interesting. But you want to know what happened to him? He fucking dies. Oh, how did he die? His younger brother led him to his death. Like, bro, I did not care about the younger brother. But I didn't speak on this enough. But back to the villains. The villains, they were terrible. I'm gonna say it like that. They were terrible. Like, Quadrants, he was just sitting there like telling Jake to come alone so that he can give up his stars and all that shit. And you know, obviously he's resisting and all that. And then eventually gets to a point where it leads to this one-on-one fight. And I'm just saying, like, the whole time you are still trying to take this dude in alive, just fucking kill him, bro. Like, what's the point? He's literally with the whole army and they're fighting. Why do you still want to take him alive? What do you have that will get you? What do you have that will take him with you quick enough? Like, he had no ship or nothing. He just had that big ass flying bird, and it's just shit like that, man. And then, what makes you think that he's going to willingly not resist going going back with you? Like, bro, like, this movie is just it's not my movie. Now, don't get me wrong, if you enjoyed it, that's good. I hope this movie hits 1 billion, whatever. But I was not feeling this movie. It was just so hard. It was so dreadful. Like, it was so long. Jesus Christ. I watched the Snyder Cut, and those 4 hours flew by real quick. But for this movie, those 3 hours, like, shit, man. I was really hoping to go to the fucking grocery store midpoint in the movie because, like, if I didn't go with nobody else, bro, I would went to the store midpoint in the movie. That's how boring it was. But unfortunately, we had this group thing, and I was forced to stay all the way through the movie, even though I didn't want to. And so when the movie ends, the people who were around me, they were stunned silent. Like, they felt so disappointed as I did. So, I was nosy. I said, "Did you enjoy this movie?" He was like, I was like, "Boring?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm not even gonna lie. See, it's just shit like that, bro. Like, I don't, I don't know how, you know what? Never mind. My other friends, like, they enjoyed it, but even they had to agree that the movie could have been shorter. It could have been a lot shorter. Maybe if it was shorter, then it'd be a lot more enjoyable, but that was about it, bro. The visuals were good. The plot was mid. It was below mid. That's how bad it was. If you want me to give this movie a grade or anything like that, then I'm thinking somewhere at like a C minus to a D plus. That's what I'm thinking. Because, like, by tomorrow, my mind would be a lot more refreshing. But like honestly, I might have to go to D plus because it was just so goddamn boring and nothing was really happening. Like shit. As I said, if you enjoyed the movie, that's good. But like, if you didn't, like, that's no different. Obviously, James Cameron knew what was up, but whatever. I After this, I have no intention of watching the next Avatar movie. This movie right here was me giving Avatar a shot, but after that, I'm not interested anymore. Again, I hope this movie makes a billion, but other than that, I have no interest in, going all the way through this. Other than that, like, I might have missed some things because, like, I was so ready for the movie to end. Correct me in the comments. But besides that, I think that's all I have to say for now.